Okay, hello everyone. I am Zelda123 or Apple Slayer on YouTube. So today I'm just going to be showing you guys how to make some simple Beyond environments and do a little programming. Okay, so first we need to actually make an environment. So go to File, New Environment, and then let's call this one Test. We're on to it's our first file, and it's going to be a code file because you can't have a game without code. So this one it's going to be called main because I like keeping my code neat, and this is just basically the startup processes. Now, here's some world variables and stuff you don't really need to know about yet. So, delete that. Okay, so now we have a bit of length split. Well, this really doesn't do anything because nothing's done yet. But let's fix that. Okay, well, we want our world to have some, have like grass or something. So we need to code something that goes in the ground. So what first we're going to code is a turf, which is basically just a plane that you can walk on or like a wall. So we're going to type in turf. We're going to enter down, tab over, and we'll name it. So we'll call this one grass. And then we need an icon for it, which we don't have yet. yet, yet to get there. And my bad, I've got the unit. You need an equal sign just because this is the icon it's going to equal, and we don't have an icon yet. So now let's go to icon state. Now, basically, icon state is just a subdivision of your icon, so you don't have like 30,000 icons. And it also helps in motions and equal sign. This one has the quotations. Make sure you get these right. You will get an error. Okay, but we need an icon now. So we're just going to use the same icon over and over again. So we're just going to change the type from DM to icon file. And we're just going to name it, let's just name it icon. Okay, so now that you have an icon, it doesn't have much in it. So basically what you have to do is you have to go to this little paintbrush thingy-majig. I don't know why it's there, but it's there. And then we want grass. I'm not very artistic. Probably artistically challenged, if anything. So I'm just gonna go green and not embarrass myself. And then let's name it, we'll just name it grass. And now that we have the icon, we could just type in icon.dmi. And now for our icon state, we just call it grass with lowercase. So it's kind of boring. I mean, like, we can't do much. I mean, we have grass. Like, what's the fun in that? But let's make it interesting. Let's add a wall. And you guessed it, we're going to call it wall. And let's make it in the same icons. So icons equals icon.dm. And then icon state is going to be equaling wall. Now we need to make an icon because it's not going to work without one. So we're just gonna make it really no, not black. 'Cause I think that's like void or something crazy like that. We'll make it like we'll make it red actually. I like red. In fact, we'll call it lava. So let's call that lava. And well, they're just gonna be able to walk on it. I mean, like same as grass. I mean, like what's different in it? Well, you have to add one more line of code, everybody, and that would be your first part, which is density. Hopefully I spelled that one right. I am horrible at spelling. And we're just going to make this equal to 1. The default on turrets is that their density equals 0, and that's no good. So we have basic ground layout right now. And that's how you code turrets. Okay, but like, as I said, this is not very interesting. We have lava, grass. We don't even have a player yet. So we need someone to play. But to do that, we have to define a world. So in our world, well, it obviously needs a name, so we can name it This Cool World. World. And that's basically just another variable, predefined still. Now, the player or the mob is another path. It's basically, it's It's different. It's the player, sort of. And equals, and for this, well, we have to go straight from the past since we're just calling upon it. So it has to be slash mob slash, we'll call it player. Yeah, that works. And then there we go. We have our basic world set out now. Now we need to make a player, so we need to go mob forward player. And one thing I did fail to mention, guys, is that Byond is really mad about like tabs. So if I like did this, I'd get an error when I compile. So keep all your tabs right, and you won't have any problems. So now that we have a mob slash player, let's give an icon. Well, icon equals, remember the like apostrophe marks, and then it's gonna be our icon dot DMI, which is our Dream Maker image. I just made that up. I'm kidding. I have no clue what it means or stands for. And then let's give it an icon state. And the state's going to be, we'll say, player. And you know what? Just because I'm in a good mood, we're just going to make a big smiley face. Because, I mean, who doesn't like smiley faces? And you know what? Let's give it green eyes, because I'm lazy. And I don't feel like picking out black. It's more so a frowny face. So, in that player. Okay, now we're just going to compile. And you see down here, we have 0 errors and 0 warnings. Now, well, we have all this. We have 2 icons and a player, but like they have nowhere to play. And like I don't know about you guys, but I like having a playground to play on. Wow, that makes me sound like I'm like 6. But so let's give them a place to play. So they're just going to go into map file, and basically we'll just call that map file test 1. Now X, Y, and Z. This is basically the dimensions of your map. So let's make it 15 by 15 for now. We'll expand upon that later. And then it gives us this big block. Now you see we have our player. We don't need to place him anywhere. But now we have to let's just lay down some stuff. Fill basically just lets you drag and select. And you know what? Let's make them mad. Let's give them a spot they can't get to. So there. Now we have a simple map, but well, when we log in, our guy's gonna be like, where do I go? And he doesn't know because we never told him where he has to go. So now we gotta make our first procedures per se, which is going to be mob log in. And basically what we're gonna do is that this just says when a mob logs in, or your player in this instance, is that you're gonna locate them, or it should be loc equals locate, or locate actually, locate, and then in parentheses we're just gonna call upon the X, Y, and Z's. We're just gonna say 1-1-1, capitalization. I always forget it. So that's basically gonna do it. We're just gonna compile, and then we're just gonna run it. As you see, the little mob, it can't do much, but it can walk around. And look at this, it can't get to the other side even though he wants to. Okay, so basically guys, you just made your first world.